Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm glad that you're watching. In today's video, I'm going to share with you about 6 different ways that you can use Facebook groups to make money for your online business. So without much further ado, the number 1 strategy that you want to use to make money from Facebook groups that you're members of is to be very strategic with your approach, right? So don't just join a Facebook group for the sake of joining a Facebook group. Have a very clear strategy, draw up a roadmap of what you intend to achieve using the Facebook group and how you intend to achieve it. So don't just go posting posts for the sake of posting. Don't just post content for the sake of posting. Be very strategic in what you want to achieve. So in my case, for instance, I joined a Facebook group called Wanderlust, where basically people share their travel experiences that they've been having over the years before COVID came and just stopped the reggae. So again, number 1, you want to make sure that you join a group that is relevant to the business that you'd like to make money from, or the business that you're engaged in. So in my case, for instance, I am in the travel business. All my business ideas are around travel, so it just made sense to join the Wanderlust Facebook group. And when I joined it, I was very clear from the word go that I'm going to use my presence there to grow my social media channels, and that was my game plan from the very beginning. I knew I'm not just going to be on the group for the sake of being on the group. I'm going to contribute value to the group, but I also expect some value by participating in the group. The number 2 strategy you want to use to make money by being a member of a Facebook group or by starting one of the Facebook groups is in terms of the content that you post. Don't spam the Facebook group with irrelevant content. Make sure that you follow rules. All Facebook groups comes with rules and regulations. And as you can see, this is the Wanderlust Facebook group, and it's very clear. They have clear rules from the admins: be kind, no hate speech, no promotions, spam, sharing experiences. They even say what you need to do when you post to help us learn about the place you have traveled to, the do's and don'ts, help us learn something new. So as you can see, they have clearly spelled out the group's rules. Kindly adhere to the Facebook rules, because failure to adhere to the Facebook rules, you could either risk your posts not being approved by the admin, or you could actually be blocked altogether from the group. And the issue with posting relevant content on the group is that when it's a group, let's say it's about travel, and you post travel related content, it not only makes the group more vibrant, but it also keeps other members on the group and also makes it easier for more members to join the group. And the more, the merrier. And apart from just posting relevant content, make your content interesting, right? Don't just post for the sake of posting because it's a travel group, for instance, or it's a cooking group. A cooking group. Try to make your content as interesting as possible, because the higher the quality of posts in the group and the more relevant they are, the more vibrant the group will become, and the more the growth of the group and the more the participation, which again will work for you based on the strategy that you laid out in step 1 above. Number 3 strategy you want to use to make money using Facebook groups is to post memorable content. Again, it's not enough for you to post relevant content. It's not enough for you to post interesting content. You have to make yourself memorable. So I'll give you like my case on the Wanderlust Facebook group. When I joined the Facebook group, I noticed that the group didn't have a shortage of quality pictures. Like, Kenyans know how to take beautiful pictures, and the pictures were quite amazing. And I don't have a shortage of quality pictures as well. Just check out the pictures I took on this post about traveling to Mauritius for cheap, for instance. Like, the pictures are really stunning, as you can see. Like, I went all out in taking the pictures as well. As you can see, the pictures I'm using here. So I knew that by posting just my pictures alone, it wouldn't be memorable because every other picture on there was already really good. So I decided to double down on my travel writing skills, and with every single one of my posts, I had like a really detailed write-up. Like I put the Queen's language on a pedestal. See, for example, in this post about the Eiffel Tower, I actually used a creative literary approach to describe the Eiffel Tower. You can even see my choice of words to describe it. I really went above and beyond to make myself memorable. This, I think, was my first or second post on the Facebook group. And that's how I chose to differentiate myself. I also noticed that some of the posts that were coming up on the Wanderlust Facebook group didn't give sufficient content in terms of how did you get there, what did you experience, how much did it cost you, and so many of the comments would be like, hey, tell us how much was this, how did you pay for this, how did you get your visa, and stuff like that. So I took advantage of this, and every time I post content on the Facebook group, I give as much detailed information as possible. I put myself on the other side and ask myself, if I'm the one who was reading this, what would I want to know? And I make sure that the content has all that information, and I don't just put in that information in, just throwing words here and there. I really craft the post like I was writing for a magazine or for my own blog. So make sure that you put memorable content and find a way to differentiate yourself. Is to strike while it's still hot, and by this I mean if it is up to you and it's very possible, focus on the newly formed groups. And the advantage of newly formed groups is that everyone is still excited and the group is still very small and intimate. So anytime you make a post, it's easy for it to be seen. You get higher visibility for your posts. And also the other advantage you have when you're in a group that has newly been formed is that the trolls haven't landed and the bullies. So there's fewer chances of you being bullied or trolled when you post something. So take advantage of those newly formed groups. And it also gives you a chance, if you post content that is valuable, content that is interesting, content that is memorable, it already puts you into people's minds and they start trusting you and start expecting stuff from you. So it gives you an opportunity for visibility when the group is still young and growing and the members are still few, and it's your chance to just make a presence in the group. Okay, so strike while it's still hot. And then the number 5 strategy that you can use to make money using Facebook groups is by linking your other social media channels and doing so strategically, right? So for example, in my case, every time I presented or I posted content on the Facebook group, I made sure to leave either a link. For example, if I was talking about my experience in Djibouti, for instance. So for instance, in this Djibouti a photo essay post, I put my picture there. I have put the content about Djibouti. I have put my Instagram handle at the very beginning of the post. And then after describing my experience, I leave another link here to my website in case somebody wants to read more about my experience in more detail. So strategically put out links to your website or your YouTube channel or your Instagram profile or whatever it is that your either social media handles that you're trying to promote. Make sure to leave them strategically, again, without spamming the group or without spamming your post, right? Number 6 strategy for making money from Facebook groups is by being helpful, right? So apart from you're already very clear, like we said in step 1, you have a very clear plan, you have a very clear strategy, you know why you joined this group. Be helpful. And one thing that I have learned is that there's a very clear relationship between money and trust. People buy from people that they trust, people that they have respect for. And the more helpful you are, the easier it is for people to spend money on your service and on your product. If people ask questions, either concerning something that you have posted and you have an answer to it, give a respectful answer. If people ask questions about something that to you might appear very simple and obvious, it may not be simple and obvious to them. So for instance, I posted my content about Mauritius and that I traveled solo. Everyone wanted to know, how did you take these pictures? How did you take these pictures? And I tried to explain that I used a stand, and they're like, no, we want more details. And I went further to even explain how I have two different tripods, one for my camera and one for my phone. So you can see, like, here this lady is like so sure you're alone, even the cameraman is invisible. And there's this other one also. Hata hapa kwa lab ulikuwa tuna tripod. So as you can see, there's all these kind of questions about using a tripod, and I actually had to update this post, how I take pictures when I'm traveling solo. And you can see who took the picture of you taking a picture. You know, everyone is asking questions about the tripod. You see here, somebody asked, I was about to ask you who takes your pictures. So here you had two tripods, yeah, and I go ahead and explain, yes, one for the phone and the other for the camera, because sometimes I need to take videos as I take pictures. You can see who took your pictures while you were setting the camera. So there's all these questions, and I'm just repeating myself. I used my phone, which is set up on another tripod and connected to a remote control via Bluetooth. And somebody else is here. I've always wondered about this. Oh, thanks for breaking the mystery, because I wondered how conveniently one finds a stranger to take the picture. And I went to all the details. I wake up in the morning when the sun is just rising, and I take my pictures at that time because the lighting is better. So be helpful, and not just about content that you have posted, but even content that other people have posted, which brings me to point number 7. Don't just be there to post your content. Read other people's posts as well. Go through the comment section. And the beauty with reading other people's comments and going through the reading other people's posts and go through the comments, again, it helps in keeping the group vibrant. There's no point in 1,000 people all posting about a trip to France. So by looking at other people, it helps you to know which areas haven't been covered, which tourist destinations haven't been covered, or if everyone has gone to the Eiffel Tower, do you have an experience that is different from the 1,000 people who went there? So in my case, for instance, my first post on the Wanderlust Facebook group was my description of my 21 love affair with the Eiffel Tower, my long distance relationship with the Eiffel Tower. So I gave it a different perspective. I identified the Eiffel Tower as this Iron Man that I've always just dreamt about for the 21 years, and then I finally got to meet him. And you can see here how I even introduced my post. He and I had been in a long distance relationship for close to 21 years. And I go on to describe how I meet him as I walk into the bathroom of my Parisian Airbnb penthouse. And I go ahead and even describe him, you know. He's still imbued in sumptuousness and splendor. His tall, outstretched legs gracefully radiating energy and brio. So I go ahead and talk about my lover, the Eiffel Tower, and I describe him. I describe our evening together, how I close my eyes and let my interior monologue take hold and gravitate into infinity. And at the very end, that's when I actually reveal who my bae is. Hello, Eiffel Tower. And even the way I wrote this post, many people actually thought that I was describing an actual boyfriend or something like that. And if you go through the comments in this post, you can see there's lots of people who are actually duped, and they thought I was talking of a real, you can see someone is asking 20 more years, So there's all these people, leave the English first, answer the manual things, then don't need the brain patience, 21 years, So there's all this talk about my man. So if you must speak about something that people have already spoken about in the group, either do it with a different style or give it a different perspective. That's why it's important to look at other people's posts as well, and don't just get bogged down with your own posting. The other advantage of looking at other people's posts, it gives you an opportunity to promote your different products or services. So in this post, for instance, there is someone who asks, I only have one question. How do you guys get visas to travel all these beautiful countries? I want to travel mostly in Europe. Try Denmark. They told me I'm too young. I want to come back. And I just remembered that I have a whole YouTube video on how to prove strong ties to your home country for visa applications. And I knew this is one way that I could help whoever was asking these questions. And I actually posted this video, and I also posted this other one, how to show financial proof for visa application if you don't have a job or you're self-employed. And I went ahead and posted this other one, how to increase chances of your US B1 B2 visa approval. And I went ahead and tagged whoever had asked that question. Please check those links I have sent you. I hope they help to answer your question. And also about being helpful, it doesn't have to be just helpful in terms of what the group is about. So I remember again when I posted my content about the Eiffel Tower, and someone contacted me like, hey, you look like you have such good in relationships and blah blah blah, can you help me out with my man? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not, let's slide into the DM. And we had an entire conversation. So my point is, if you can find an opportunity to help people and you have the skill set or the solution that they are looking for, go ahead, and you never know what that could transition into, right? The number 8 strategy for making money using Facebook groups is by responding to comments on your posts. Yeah, it's not enough to just post comments or to just post content and leave it out there. Yeah, these are real human beings in Facebook groups. They are not just numbers, they're real people. So it just out of respect to go through your comments and respond to reader questions. If someone is asking for clarifications, please go ahead and help them and clarify the issues and all these kind of things that come up. And the other advantage of going through the comments is that it also gives you visibility into the kind of issues that people are dealing with, and this could be an opportunity for you to either build a solution around it, or if it is something that you already do, you could offer the solution that you have. And you just also, by going through the comments, you will learn what people are, the pain points they're going through, their experiences, their fears, their desires, and you could actually create solutions around these issues that they're talking about. Yeah, and apart from that, it also, going through comments helps you to improve in your own content. Yeah, so for example, if you've put out a post there and 50 people are asking, hey Eva, how do you actually manage to juggle 20 side hustles, a regular day job, and life? And that's how I came up with this video up here. So again, it also helps you to know which other areas do you need to be focusing on, so that you're not just posting content that nobody wants to read about or nobody wants to listen to, but you're actually posting things that people want to hear and want to learn about. Yeah. So the number 8 strategy for making money from Facebook group is to be a thought leader. Yeah. So, and what I mean by thought leadership here is, again, when you are setting out your strategy in tip number 1, in step number 1, you know that I'm going to this Facebook group and this is my game plan. You have to have a clear issue that you want to address. So in my case, for instance, I knew I was going to join the $1 Facebook group to demystify international travel for Kenyan passport holders. And that has been my theme throughout my participation on their group. I show people, how do you get cheap flight tickets? How do you increase the chances of your visas being approved? How do you prove that like you have economic ties? How do you prove you have social ties? And that's the theme that I've been trying to build around on the group. And I want, by the end of COVID, or by the time the group is shut down, it ever shut down, if anybody thinks about international travel for budget, how to get budget air tickets, how to get visas, the first name that comes to mind is Imam Tali. So be a thought leader in the sense that posts, find an issue that you're very comfortable about, you're experienced in, you're skilled in, and give as much valuable information as possible, right? So, which now comes back to our initial question: how do you make money from Facebook groups? So if you follow the strategies that I have just mentioned above, it's going to leave you a very memorable person in the groups and the members' minds. And number two, if you're posting and you have like a brand, it's going to put your brand out there. The beauty with Facebook groups is that it contains people from all different walks of life that converge under one interest that they share. So with the Facebook group that I joined, the Wanderlust Facebook group, for instance, it contains people from all over the country, all over the world, Kenyans in the diaspora, and there's a few even non-Kenyans who are in the group. And the thing with that is you never know who might see your post, yeah? So today they might see it and it may just not be a big deal, but 3-4 months down the road they could remember, hey, I remember Eva posted something about this one time on the Wanderlust Facebook group. She could be the right person that I need for Z. Build the trust. Like I mentioned, people give money to people that they know, people that they trust, people that they respect. And all these three things take time to build, they take effort to build, and they take resources. So build all these three things now before you need the money, and the money will just come. So if people find you to be valuable in the whatever space you've carved for yourself, you're giving valuable content, you're very strategic, you're helpful, and all that, they are not gonna take it lightly. And when they need you, it might not be today, when the skies open up, if let's say you're in the travel niche like I am, they are gonna keep coming to the blog for more information. Well, that's it for today in terms of using your Facebook group membership to make money online. And I definitely enjoyed shooting this video, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed yet, please remember to hit the subscription button at the bottom, and once you have done that, hit the notification bell as well, so that every time I shoot a new video you don't miss out. So let me know what you think in the comments below, and thank you for staying up to the very end. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye bye for now, and see you in the next video.